What's up everyone, Thorgon here, and today we're going to be doing a Dark and Darker Sorcerer Spell tier list. Now, I'm doing this because I figured as the most popular content creator for Dark and Darker out there right now, looking at these numbers, or possibly the most popular content creator in the world, I figured you'd all want to hear my opinions on this. We're going to do this in a couple ways. First, we're going to rate the base spells on their own, just assuming there are no merges. And then, once we get to the spells they merge into, we'll adjust the base spells tiers based on how good the merge spells they can turn into are. So let's not drag this out any longer, and let's just get into it. For starters, Fire Arrows. An incredibly good spell. It's a reliable shotgun at close range due to the fact that each arrow scales individually, and at long range it has some slight, some slight tracking, so that even if your opponent's moving around, they'll kind of wiggle towards them and hopefully hit them if they're not paying attention. The scaling per arrow means it applies all your true damage 3 times, which means if you get up to 8 true damage, which is about what you'll get with a legendary Phoenix Choker, or God forbid you invest in the maximum 21 true damage, this is doing that much true damage per arrow up close. So in a reasonable build, it's just 16 true damage, shotgun to the face on top of the 8 base damage it has and whatever scaling you have. But if you build 21 true damage, which no reasonable person ever will, it will do 63 damage, true shotgun to the face if they jump on you, not counting headshot modifiers or base damage. This spell is good, it's reliable. What else is there to say? Eruption. I want to put this in S tier, but I can't just put everything I use all the time in S tier. This spell has a lot of utility in that it breaks doors, it controls an area for a moment, and it just does some solid burst damage. Where this kind of falls off is like the other AoEs without spell sculpting. The longest range you can cast it at and the AoE it covers is kind of small, but if you're good enough, that doesn't matter. But with spell sculpting, it becomes a lot more reliable. Pretty good spell. Next up, we have Fire Orbit.
That's quite big.
It has kind of fallen from grace a lot. It still does a lot of burst damage, but if people are on you and you're exploding them like this, there's a very solid chance you're going to die because magic power has been nerfed, your damage has been nerfed, like across the board. You can't just take that risk and hope it'll work out like you used to. You really want to be killing people before they're on you and not exploding yourself in the process, because that'll turn what could be a 2-shot into a 1-shot. It breaks doors though, that's good utility, but overall, I don't know, it's weaker than it used to be. Next up we have whatever the hell this is called. It's called Glaciate. Now, this spell, you know what? Let's move this down one. While it's really good for melee builds, it doesn't do any damage scaling. All it is hoping to outtrade your opponent. That's it. Let's skip ahead a minute to talk about then Stone Skin. This is like the bread and butter for melee builds. It gives you 15% physical damage reduction, which is nuts. The damage bonus it gives you isn't like amazing, it's 5%. And the negative move speed doesn't really matter because you want to be in their face dueling them, and between your Glaciate and Lightning Orb, they shouldn't be getting away. This is the main spell that makes melee sorcerer worth it and doable. Now we have Ice Spear. This spell on its own is in contention for one of the worst. It's doo-doo. It has a delay before it goes off. The damage isn't like incredible. What is it? It's 30 with 100% scaling, which is like fine, but it's so unreliable and nobody in their right mind should be getting hit by it. So you have Water Orb. This one, very, very good. It can be used to just block doorways. You just cast it on a door and your opponent can't push through it without getting hit by it and getting the wet debuff, which applies a slow and nerfs their jump height, which I guess is something if a double jump rogue is just spamming on you, but it doesn't last that long. Lightning Bolt. Oh, Lightning Bolt. You have fallen so far. I'm going to put it in B tier because while it is reliable damage, it's really weak. Like, if you're casting it, there's a chance that your opponent is just coming towards you because this isn't instantaneously killing them. which is where previously what you would do as Sorcerer is have Fire Orb or Wind Blast or Vortex in your other hand to either knock them away or explode them as they choose to push you. And while that's still doable, it's so much weaker than it was before. Electrosphere. This spell is one of your best defensive spells just even on its own. You cast it before you think you can cast it before you think a druid's going to come in. You can cast it against Iron Will Barbs because your wind spells aren't going to work. And every tick this does is a 20% movement speed debuff on the target for 1 second. That is minus 60 move speed for 1 second. And it will tick, 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 and just keep them off of you. It's basically the spork of Sorcerer spells. It just does it all. Next up, we've got Golem. I want to put it in C tier because while it is a pretty reliable way to block a door similar to a Trent, it's good for melee builds because it gives you 30 armor. So in those lower end builds, it'll help pump you up to the PDR cap easier. It can be like a little bit of a nuisance. There have been fights where I'm just like, no, I'm not doing this because I'm against another sorcerer and they put this golem between us. So I'm trying to shoot around it while they're dodging, dodge them, dodge their golem. And I was like, it's just not worth this. So I leave. Next up, Eruption. A tier with Flamestrike, but it's gonna be lower. These aren't typically ordered, but I'm gonna put this one lower than Flamestrike because it's basically Flamestrike without the burn and without the AoE persistence and without the ability to destroy doors. Which you think would put it in a whole tier lower, but no, because it's not as bad as these other spells. And if you aim it right, you can do some shenanigans on ramps to launch people away or onto other platforms. Next up, we have Vortex. This is a pretty good spell on its own. Very good defensively. If, it's predictable, but if you cast it while running away and then quickly double back into your opponent, it'll hit them and knock them away. The damage is, 15 with 100% scaling. The damage is fine, but the knockback is really what you're looking for. Levitate. This spell on its own is kind of doo-doo useless. It has its useless, don't come at me. It can get you to across gaps, up little jumps. It can do some nice things, but this is not a spell I would be taking if it was only Levitate all the time. Wind Blast, S tier. Short cooldown like these other guys, plus knockback, reliable damage. It's just good. The only problem is that it doesn't fucking work half the time if they're close enough to be giving you a prostate exam. You're just dead. They're just going to have their hands in there and just tear you in half down the middle. Like, this won't work. It'll fire off in some random direction and it won't do anything. And that's it. You're dead. Anyways, it's fine. It's whatever. S tier, though. Next up, we're going to cover the merge spells. And quickly before we get into that, if you're enjoying the content, if we could go ahead and merge your mouse and the subscribe button, that would be pretty neat. I'd put that right in S tier. Put that right up here. All right, now onto the other merge spells. We have, I call it Earth Spike, but it is apparently called Thornof Earth. This spell is fine. It's merged with Levitate and Eruption. You can use it to block doors, as you'll see here. Like, it can do that, and it's reliable because you'll often have Eruption and Levitate with you. So having it as an option is nice without having to give up the spell to the Golem. It's not the worst. Not enough to move Eruption or Levitate up or down, but definitely solid. Mud Shield, B tier. I used to have this higher up if I were to make a tier list, but the problem is it doesn't protect you like it used to. That warm, loving embrace of Mud Shield is it's just colder than it used to be. It's still good for like short pushes against ranged classes. And if you're, cast it right before you do AoEs or lightning storms, but you can't use it and run up and cast other spells through it. Like if you try to fire orb through it, you're just going to blow yourself up in the face. If you try to wind blast through it, it's not going to do anything. You can't lightning bolt through it. It's sad. It's sad. This spell was so good for like approaching archers, casting your lightning storm or other AoEs. And it was great. Like it was a reason to take Stone Skin on 9 non-melee builds above other spells, but now it's just sad. Next up, Icebound. I'm gonna put it C tier. It's in contention for like B minus tier because this spell has good uses, and I would use it if it didn't require you to take Glaciate and Stone Skin to use it. Like, that just makes me sad. The reason it's so good is because for something like the Lich, you can cast it on yourself and you will take no damage from like the purple or blue curse that's on you, which is great. Like, the spell is good, it has good utility, but the spells that make it up are doo-doo, which makes me sad. If it was a merge of, like, Ice Spear and Stone Skin, then damn, maybe I'd be taking Stone Skin, because then I can use Mud Shield, I could use Icebound, but nah, I'm not taking Stone Skin and Glaciate to use it, even though, because I'd prefer it on a caster build than a melee build, and it doesn't even work with Plasma Blast, but we'll get to that in a second. Next up, Aqua Prison. Now, this is probably one of my favorite spells, because just so many fucking reasons. Like, if Aqua Prison was the homie, I'd be like gasping for air every 30 seconds. Like, that's how much I love me some Aqua Prison. You know,
What?
that's how much I love me some Aqua Prison. It works against Iron Will. It applies wet when it's broken. A lot of people don't know that you can break it by swinging. If you have enough cooldown reduction, you can just keep this on a door indefinitely or on a ladder, and your opponent can't, like, get away or get through. It is so good. It almost always combos into Frost Lightning. It's just so frocking good. Like, I would put this in S tier, but I don't need you guys to think I'm crazy. I'm going to throw this in A tier, and I'm going to leave it there. Most of you will probably be like, that spell sounds shit. You can't cast Elemental Bolt when you can Aqua Prison, but your cooldowns are stupid low. You can use this to defend yourself, and then you'll have Bolt up anyways in a bit. Like, this is for doorways most of the time, or if the Barbarian is about to put his axe up inside you. Frost Breath, I always forget the spell exists. That should tell you most of what you need to know. It just is not good. You're not taking Glaciate to use this, and you're not taking Glaciate without Stone Skin, so you're just never gonna have this. It leaves the nice little slow area behind, which is cute, but it's just poop. Doesn't even do knockback. I don't know if it counts as a wind spell. I don't think it counts as a wind spell even, so it doesn't get boosted from Air Mastery. Also, I forgot to mention, Levitate. Levitate's starting to move up tiers, thanks to Aqua Prison. Next up, this one is, I think, Frost Flame Spear. Flamethrower Spear. You know, that one. I said it right. Let's move on. It's a merger of Ice Spear and Flamestrike. It's kind of mid. The damage is insane. 30 base damage plus 30 base damage and 100% scaling on each, which means your true damage is going to be double. It has a headshot multiplier, so that 60 base damage can just, like, go up super fast. Like, a headshot is just going to be shredding someone, but the odds are you should not be hitting anybody with this. It has a delay, so you can't reliably combo it into into Frost Lightning. You can't combo it out of Frost Lightning very reliably. It's just, but you know, it's unreliable. It promised it would stop using and get sober, but every time you see it, it's on the corner sucking someone off so it can get $5 to buy itself some nice little, you know, crack. That's what Flamefrost Spear is. It's like, ah, man, you used to be so fun to hang out with, but I can't count on you. You suck. And we got Elemental Bolt. On the other hand, this is S tier. This is much better than its Flamefrost Spear friend. It's a much shorter cooldown because it uses both flame arrows and water bolt. It has a long range with no startup. It has 50 base damage, so while it's not getting as much scaling because it doesn't double scale with true damage, the base damage is insane. And it just, you know, so even in like lower tier kits, it just does good damage. It goes fast, it hits hard, it's a short cooldown. This spell is your bread and butter. This is like, between this and just the utility of these other two spells on their own, you're always taking these two spells. Like, there's never any reason not to have them. Flamethrower, D tier. I'm sorry, Sorc Bros. I tried. The base damage is really good. This does the damage that Lightning Bolt did on release, which is 20 damage a second with 100% scaling. The problem is it doesn't lock on. The area it's hitting is kind of finicky, so if they're moving around, it's like not hitting them all the time, and it's not hitting quite the area it looks like it's hitting. And more importantly, it doesn't slow, and you don't have your other hand to cast Fire Orb or Wind Blast or anything to defend yourself. Like, I tried. I still try to use it sometimes if I'm doing like a Time Distortion combo, and I get the Aqua Prison Frost Spear into Flame Wall, and then I'm out of other spells. I'll use Flamethrower or Fire Arrows on their own to get some more damage in. Other than that, it's doo-doo. Lava Golem, D tier. It takes the worst part of, like, the two spells that merge into it, which are Golem and Flame Orb and just makes them a little bit worse. It does an AoE burn area around it, but it's not ranged anymore like the Golem. It's melee. It leaves a fire trail behind it, which burns, which doesn't matter because it's so slow. Your opponents are not running in front of it, or not running behind it. They're running in front of it. It just doesn't do anything. Like, it can be used to block doors, but, like, it's not worth it. And the worst part is, it occupies your Golem cooldown while it's going, which is fine, that makes sense, but it also ties up your Fire Orb cooldown until it dies. And that sucks. Like, that's really bad. If it didn't do that, I could see an argument, like, for it, but I don't know. Firewall, S tier. It is made up of Eruption and Flamestrike. It is incredibly reliable damage because it does damage on cast, as well as a long-lasting area control. It hits through doors if you cast it sideways, around corners. The spell is just insanely good. And now to address what are they? The allegations that I don't use this spell enough. I don't know about you guys, but I don't like to just throw this out unless I'm sure of a few things. One, it's going to stop them from pushing. Two, it's gonna hit them. I don't like to just spam it in doorways because all it does a lot of the time is delay the fight. Like, around corners, you can't always tell if you hit them, so you're just spamming this thing. And, like, I don't know about you guys, but I can't frocking see through this thing. Like, as far as I'm concerned, it's a wall where there's nothing on the other side. I know they can't see through it either, but it just stalls the whole fight, I feel like. You need to use it in, like, very specific ways, and instead of spamming it and hoping I run into those scenarios, I wait until they hopefully come up. So, that's it. Plasma Blast, D tier. It makes me sad. Why does it damage yourself? It does a high damaging explosion after a short delay. The problem is, it does it centered on yourself, and hurts yourself. And reading this, I find out it gives you 10% move speed bonus for a few seconds, which is great. Except it's not, because this spell kills you. And worst of all, it cancels when you use Icebound. The only spell that would possibly combo with it works against it. That's some Dark and Darker balancing there. Frost Lightning, S tier. This spell brings Ice Spear from a D tier to, like, a B tier, maybe even A tier. You just always have Ice Spear because you always want this spell. Like, this alone brings Lightning Bolt up to A tier as well. Like, you always want these two spells because of this. I mean, there are other reasons you always want Lightning Bolt, but this spell is insane. Reliable poke. Reliable CC. It hits people in Phantomize and Dreamwalk. It combos into Flame Wall easily, or Elemental Bolt if you do it right, or if you predict what they're going to do, cast it fast enough, whatever you want to call it. It is just crazy. If you aim it right, it can get around shields. It's pretty good. It's like that good. Lightning Storm. I'm gonna get flamed for this, but in solos, I'd say this is like a B tier, low A tier spell. It is very reliable damage, but I love Aqua Prison too much. A lot of scenarios in solos, I'm gonna be using Aqua Prison to defend myself in doorways and land other spells over Lightning Storm. I will use Lightning Storm sometimes if I think I'm safe from them pushing. Like, this is still a very good tool to hit around corners, through doors, all those nice things. Like, it is a very, very, very good spell. Actually, you know what? Yeah, it's solid A tier. This spell is just very good. It does a lot. All this between Earth Spike, Lightning Storm, Aqua Prison, like, Levitate becomes A tier. Like, I always have this spell because of these three things. It just does so much. It creates so many different options for you to use. Like, it's just so good. And in trios, Lightning Storm becomes S tier. You pop on Apex, you get some cast speed because Lightning Storm is pretty much the only channel spell in the game that scales like this. But as you get cast speed, the damage ticks faster. A lot of channel spells just end sooner. You, like, cast the bar faster. But Lightning Storm also does that, except it still hits its ticks in that time frame. So it just goes bzz, 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 and you just zap everybody to ashes. It is crazy. It is so good in trios. In duos, it's still pretty good, but I wouldn't take Apex for it because it's not worth it to root myself. I want to have more mobility and ability to fight in duos. In trios, though, just throw it out, zap them, and they're just cooked. Lightning Dash, S tier. This spell saves your buns all the time. It's what makes Lightning Bolt an always take. Vortex doesn't work against Iron Will Barbs, but you know what does? Teleporting away from them. That's very good. Teleport is pretty good in those matchups to the point where sometimes you're going to want to be using it over Flamefrost, but the fact that you have Flamefrost or Teleport options against Barb is so good. Like, you can teleport up to get away, you can teleport just away from them, and then use stuff like Aqua Prison to stop them from chasing you so hard. It's so good. And the damage it does is also really good if you hit with both hits of it, teleporting through them and on them. Use this to get on Warlocks who you think don't have low corruption with Electrosphere up and just swing them down. Like, the spell has great offensive and defense applications. It's just insane. Lastly, Lightning Vortex. I want to put it in S tier, but we have too many S tier spells already. It's A tier because a few reasons. One, it's an instant Vortex, so it's a lot harder to dodge. The base damage is crazy. It's, 30 base damage, but it also scales with Air Mastery, which basically takes its 30 base damage and turns it into 45 base damage. It's just so good. And the knockback gets increased with Air Mastery. It's a very powerful spell. And having Electrosphere as a crazy defensive spell on its own for precasting, Lightning Vortex as a crazy defensive and damaging spell for like its instant casting instead of Vortex, or just using it, it's just good. I forgot what I was going to say. Fuck that. It's just good. All right. That's the list. Let me know in the comments if you agree or disagree and why. And, hopefully you learned something here. Spells might be better than you thought. Or for some reason you're trying to make, what is this spell again? I keep forgetting its name. For some reason, if you're trying to make Frost Breath work, you'll learn that you're probably wasting your time. Or you're not. Maybe I'll try it soon. Just let me know what you think. Thanks for watching. And please subscribe. This was so much more work than I thought it was going to be.